we just got here in Coos Bay, Oregon, at a friend's house, and the part came for the fridge, which is great. Great news. What scares me is it looks the same as the old part, as you can see here. So hopefully there's some difference. We're gonna replace this now and see what happens. It's a nice morning in the National Forest outside of Tillamook, Oregon. We've been struggling a little bit to find good campsites out on the northern coast of Oregon. It's turned into more of a car camping at campgrounds and hotels and that kind of trip more than an overlanding trip, and that's kind of been a little bit of a bummer for us. So we went with what we knew, and we headed south and a bit east off of the coast into the forest, and we found a really cool campsite last night with a huge tree canopy. And it was funny, we turned off I'll call it a road, but it's not really a road. Turned off the road and it was super sunny, and as soon as we turned onto this trail into where we found a campsite, it was like almost pitch black, which was crazy. Now we're going to hike a hiking trail. It looks like there's a waterfall at the end of the trail. That might be fun. And from here we're going to head inland. We're heading back to ultimately Boise, where we got a flight out to Massachusetts next week. so we're gonna start heading that direction, taking our time. We've got a hotel tonight in Portland, Oregon, where we're gonna put together this video of some of the time we spent on the Lost Coast, which you guys have probably already seen at this point, but that's what we're working on now. So we're gonna go hit this trail and do a little hike. Yesterday was a cool day. We went and saw the park at Ecola National Park, or State Park, whatever it is. We did a nice hike there, a couple miles. Some decent elevation though, which was fun. Got some good exercise. Yeah, so today we're going to try to get to the hotel earlier than later so we can get some work done with editing and whatnot. Hopefully the pool's open for the kids. The last hotel we stayed at in Astoria, it was like $350 for the hotel for one night, which was more than I wanted to spend. But we just couldn't find any camping. It's getting on the weekend now, and the weekends on the coast out here in the summer are like ridiculously busy. So if we're not overlanding, if we're in like campgrounds and that kind of stuff, it's just super hard to find a spot, and we're just competing with way too many people. And
the campgrounds are full.
Yeah, even the campgrounds are full. The campgrounds have been kind of weird and hard for us because we're not used to that, and our setup is not really made for campgrounds. For campgrounds, you want to have like a trailer and the whole setup. We're set up for camping in the woods, basically. And it's hard on Caden. He wants to go out and play with all the kids, and he doesn't understand when it's time to go. And then he has a hard time leaving when he makes some friends. And it's important to have friends, but there's things that we want to do on this trip which doesn't involve sitting around in a campground and around a campfire and hanging out for a week and spending a bunch of money. Ultimately, we want to get down to South America, so we've got to stretch our funds a bit. And so, car camping is not really the idea of this trip. So I'm kind of rambling now, but what I'm basically saying is that we're looking forward to more of the overlanding and less of the car camping, if that makes sense. And that's all we've really found on the coast is a bunch of campsites, campgrounds, and hotels, and we've been spending a lot more than what we budgeted for the last couple weeks. So we're going to go spend a week in Massachusetts with family, and when we get back it's going to be heading north into Montana, and from Montana we're going to be heading up into Canada, hopefully, if the border stays open for us, into BC, British Columbia. We're hoping to see some of Banff National Park up there, and then heading west to the coast to Victoria, and then back down to kind of where we are now, and then heading south to Baja, California, and potentially taking some trips over to mainland Mexico. That should be this fall, and then from there we will be driving back up to Texas, where we'll be shipping our truck Hermes to Colombia. So that's the plan. Right now, obviously, borders are closed and that's not possible, so we're hanging out and enjoying our time in the Pacific Northwest, which has been great. We've got a little bit more of that left right now, but there's more to come once we get through Canada and come back down. So that's where we're at now, and we'll see.